cameras ready, lighting's ready, and mic ready. So 3, 2, 1, action. If you can solve this riddle, send it to a friend. When you see the word influencer, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? Let me know in the comments. Good take, cut. So what you see just now is actually the usual flow of me recording a piece of content to be uploaded on my social media. And today we are going to get into the details of it later. But for now, what is the first thing that comes into your mind when you see the word influencer? Is it someone who is good looking or photogenic? Or influencer is someone who earns a lot through their social media posting? Or influencers often have the best equipment to produce their content? Or influencers often have a huge amount of following on social media? Well, some of these assumptions might be true, but most of the time we are only seeing the glamour side of the influencer and tend to overlook the hardship and challenges that they are facing. And to me, influencer will actually look something like this. Yup, that's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Once again, hi everyone, I'm Ng Jason, you may call me Jason. I'm a social media content creator and I do post videos on TikTok. And over the years, I've accumulated over 350,000 followers across the world. And most of my content are inspired by Zack King, where I mainly do magic, transition, and lifestyle-related content. And most well-known for the You Might Be Thinking series. And because of this, my friends always call me an influencer. And if that's the case, please call me an international influencer because I have friends from other countries as well. So, yeah, back to this picture. You might be thinking that I'm actually referring to myself as the influencer, but actually, I'm referring to the first word of the sentence, you. Right? I believe that everyone here has the ability to become an influencer. To me, being an influencer doesn't need to have a huge amount of following on social media. As long as you are able to influence 2 or more persons' perspective towards a certain matter, you are already an influencer. And of course, people tend to associate people with a huge amount of following on social media as influencer. So I believe that this influencer wave was started from YouTube, where most of the influencers are specialized in producing long-form content, videos that are 10 minutes or longer. And slowly it shifted to Instagram for static pictures and IG story posting. And now in the future, which is a short-form content, rises from the YouTube's IG Shorts, IG Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Right. But regardless of which platform is it all centers around the act of content creation. So with the right platform and the right content, and you will have influencers. And as a student leaders in a university, I always get this question a lot. Like, how do you become an influencer? Why do you want to become an influencer? How do you juggle between your studies and become an influencer? So my answer to this is simple. It's just because of my pure passion. Right. Of course, this sounds like a cliche answer, but it is the thing that really drives me throughout my challenges or downfall. And recently I come across this news article saying that about 70% of the SPM graduate prefer to be an influencer rather than pursuing a higher education. And when I see this news article, the first question that comes into my mind is that, why is influencer categorized as a low-skill workers? Just joking. But I guess this serves as a reminder for us to not judge things too quickly on social media, especially on the news article, right? And so do your fact check before sharing it around. And that is also one of the reasons why I started off the YouTube video series called You Might Be Thinking, because I want to promote the awareness of not believing everything you see on the internet. And yes, back to this question. The real question that arises from my mind is actually, is influencer a sustainable career that most SPM graduates would really want to go into it? And to me, being an influencer is easy at the start, but it's hard to sustain for a long term. And this is because the journey of being an influencer is going to be full of uncertainty. All right, let me illustrate this to you. Okay, imagine that the life of an influencer, the journey of being an influencer is just like you going on a road trip. All right, road trip. So maybe every one of you now can think of a place, a dream destination that you want to travel to. Okay, I'll give you some time to think about that. And if you already have that in your mind, let me know in the comments. Okay, so now you have a dream destination. And the first thing that you need to do is to do some plannings on how do you get there, right? You need to find out the best road possible, the backup road in case the best road doesn't work, and to pack your essential and so on. So this is actually the same as being an influencer. To start off, you actually need to decide on the content direction that you are going for, the content strategy that you are going for, the niche that you want to select. So for me, the content direction that I go is magic-related, transition, and lifestyle content. For others, it may be fashion, bloggers, or even comedy-related content. So each of us is different. But generally, the idea here is that being an influencer, you need to start off with some planning on what kind of direction do you want to go. Same as going to your trip. And next, you have your direction already. So you get into your car, and then you turn on your car. The first thing you see is the petrol indicator. You are checking if you have sufficient petrol for you to travel to your dream destination, right? So this is actually the same as being an influencer. You need to have the burning passion in order for you to go long term. And of course, passion might fade away over time. So it is important for you to figure out what is the things that keeps you going throughout the journey. For example, you might be setting a long-term goal and short-term goal. And for me, it would be meeting like-minded content creators, because usually I'll be invited to social events with other influencers. So whenever I see them working hard, achieving their goal, it kind of reminds me to work harder and to improve myself so that I can produce better contents and to provide more value to the community. So back to the road trip. So you have your petrol ready, you have your destination ready, and now you have the passenger. And the passenger here is kind of illustrate the people that follows you around throughout your influencer journey. So it may be your close friend, your family members, or even the followers or the community that you are building. As at the end of the day, they are the one who is going to enjoy the content that you put out there. So they are going to be a passenger, right? So you continue your journey to your dream destination. And halfway there, you realize that your tire is punctured. So you start to go down and start to fix the tire. And while you're fixing it, the passenger behind actually kind of cannot wait for you. They are impatient. So they decide to leave the car and go somewhere else. And this actually implies the journey of an influencer where you will face a lot of uncertainty and challenges throughout the journey. So one day you'll go super viral. Everyone is going to know you for something good that you do. Another day, you might face a negative comment, cancel culture, and a lot of hate speech. And sometimes you may also face burnout due to lack of ideas and also the external stress and expectation that is set upon you, overthinking and depression and so on. All these arise from uncertainty. And I believe that with the proper coping mechanism, everyone will be able to thrive through such uncertainties. But what is certain now is that you have finished fixing your tire, and then you continue your journey. Then you suddenly go into this village, right? Then people, when you're passing by the road, and then people started to tell you that, oh, your car exterior is kind of nice. Can I paste a poster on your car so that when you walk along, people can see and know about my events? So I guess by now you should be able to know what does this imply in a journey of an influencer, right? If you already have that in your mind, let me know in the comments. Okay, so yeah, this is the brand deals and sponsorship that is coming into an influencer. And generally, there are 3 ways to do it. First, the brand come and approach you. The second way, you go and approach the brand for a sponsorship or collaboration. Or third, you join a talent management company and they'll manage all the collaboration and negotiation on behalf of you. But regardless of which way, all of these ways generates income, right? So that is the reason why you will see a rise of influencers, because especially full-time influencers, because they have managed to find a long-term sustainable content creation model where they can generate income for long-term. And that is the reason why they decided to take on the path to be a full-time influencer. But till then, we might still need to continue to work hard. But after all, you can see from the beginning when you need to plan a trip, right until you receive your first sponsorship and so on. It's just like going to a road trip, right? So going on to a road trip is full of uncertainty, but there's this quote saying that you can't really control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond to it. Okay, so let me share with you one of the story of mine. So all the while I have been doing everything by myself, from scripting, filming, editing, and also publishing. And along the way, I have faced several challenges such as lack of money, and lack of money. So despite of that, I still keep it going because that's my passion. I like doing video editing, and yep, that's makes me where I am today. So back to this picture, right? In order for me to get decent lighting in my video, I will actually need to take advantage of the sunlight in the evening. So whenever I want to shoot a video in my earlier stage, right, I'll need to wait until 5:30 in the evening. Yes, 5:30, the exact time in the evening. And then I'll go outside of my house, set up the tripod, which made out of books, and then start recording it. And most of my content actually can't be filmed through one take because its magic is transition related. So it requires a lot of backup takes and so on. So usually I'll do take a first take, and then I'll take a backup shot, a safety shot, a backup shot of the safety shots, and so on. And this process is going to take like hours to do it. And by the end of the session, right, yes, I probably have the takes that I want already, but most of the time I'll be sweating and having a not so nice face in the video because the process is just too tedious. And yeah, these are some of the work that I have done at 5:30 in the evening. If you look closely, you can actually see me sweating and with a tired face. Okay, so regardless of what kind of challenges, okay, this is just one of the challenges that I face, but along the way there are many more challenges, but to me, I would actually take each of the challenges as an opportunity for me to grow. So having such mindset is important, and that is the reason why I'm gonna come up with this quote saying that having the right mindset is important to keep me going, right? Speaking of mindset, when your content, especially for an influencer or content creator, when your content doesn't go well on social media, for example, there's less likes or less views, right? Most of the time, people tend to blame it on the algorithm, saying that, oh, the algorithm doesn't like this kind of content. My posting time is not as suitable. Most people doesn't online at this timing. Or just blame it on the algorithm generally. But if you were to do it this way, you will never be able to find out what actually went wrong in your content itself. So what I will usually do is to replace the word algorithm with the word audience. So whenever something goes wrong, I will be asking like, is it the audience that doesn't like it? Instead of, is it the algorithm doesn't like it? Because at the end of the day, the audience are the one who determine whether your content should be pushed further or not, and not the algorithm itself. And speaking of that, so whenever you see your favorite content creator posting your videos or pictures on social media, do give them a like at least, because it really encourages them, and every engagement counts, right? So throughout my journey of being an influencer, I've been figuring out what is the secrets for the influencers to success. And I've summarized these 3 main points for you to take away. And this can be applied to any other social media platform. And yeah, but of course there are other factors that need to be considered, but these are the 3 core elements that you need to have in order to be a successful one. First, you need to find a niche. You need to find something that you love to do and enjoy doing it without feeling tired. And after that, you need to find out good content creation model from scripting, filming, editing, and publishing. Each of the phase, you will need a thorough planning to it and to find a suitable timing for yourself. So let's say if you're a student, you might need to find a model that is suitable for you. Let's say if you're working, maybe after work, something like that, you can figure out yourself, okay? So the most important thing is content, right? Content is king, and I believe everyone knows about this. So yeah, just do the best content possible, and the audience will come along the way. So yeah, after knowing all the journey of being an influencer, the secrets of getting started, the question of the day here is, do you want to become an influencer? Let me know in the comments. Good take. Cut. Thank you.